I'm Kelly and welcome to Kapowski Reads, and I am doing the Cozy Fall book tag. This was created originally by Sam's Cozy Corner. I am a huge fan of autumn. It is my favourite season. I know that that is like the most basic thing to say, but I don't care. I'm okay with being basic in that regard. I love autumn. I love the crispy fallen leaves. I love soup season, and I love staying at home, being cozy, reading books and having nobody be like, why are you not outside? Because it's cold. I want to be inside. I want to be cozy. I want to have a mug with something hot in it. I will pop the questions for the book tag in the description for anybody who wants to join in. I will also pop a link to the original video by Sam as well, and I recommend going and having a little look at that too, because it was a really fun video and it is what inspired me to do this video. So prompt number 1 is crunching leaves. The world is full of colour. Choose a book that has reds, oranges, yellows on the cover. An autumnal book cover. How could I not go with The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore? It screams, this cover screams autumn to me very loudly, and the book screams autumn as well. So I feel like this is a perfect pick for this prompt because it's such an autumnal front cover, even colours and theme. Prompt number 2 is a Cosy Sweater. I have mine on. It's finally cool enough to don warm, cozy clothing. What book gives you the warm and fuzzies? I'm going to make I would say this is maybe a somewhat controversial pick, but these are my picks, so that's okay. I am going with Dracula by Bram Stoker. I know this is not a warm and fuzzy book. This is not a cozy read per se. However, for me, I find this to be a really comforting read. It is one of the first classics that I read, one of the first sort of adult classics I'd ever read. And it's possibly the book that I have read the most times. I read it at least once a year and have done since I was a wee kid. And I just find this book to be, for me, cozy, comforting, and there's something really reassuring about it. I sort of feel like no matter what happens, I've always got Dracula. So I have to go with this. And this is the Barnes & Noble edition. It's got some other stories in it too, and this is not the copy I usually read. I usually read my paperback, not the one that I could, you know, do some serious damage with. Prompt number 3 is fall storm, which is a word that is very difficult for me to pronounce. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. That sounds like some pretty classic Scottish weather. Choose your favourite book or genre that you like to read on a stormy day. For me, I have to go with cozy mystery. I am all about the cozy mystery. Ideally one that involves perhaps a food item in the title or features a coffee shop or a bakery. I love a cozy mystery. I stock up on them during the, can't remember what it's called, Stuff Your Kindle Day. Whenever Kindle has those days where a bunch of certain books are free, that is when I go and I just stock up on my cozy little mysteries. I am currently loving Molly Maple. She does a series about a woman who bakes cupcakes and also manages to solve crimes mysteries, and I really find them just to be so charming, and I really enjoy them. I have a few that my partner was looking at. We have a shared Kindle library, and he opened it up one day and was just like, why are there so many food themed books? And I was like, yep, that was me stocking up. Cool, crisp air. Who is the coolest character that I would want to trade places with? And I don't think I would want to trade places with this character, because the coolest characters that I read about are in books that I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't survive in those books. I think, and took me a while to pick one, I feel like the coolest character that I have read about so far this year is Charity Curtis from You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Bayron. She is the coolest character, and I know I would be one of the first dead in this book. I know it for certain. I would not survive a slasher. Nope. I wouldn't survive a slasher. I wouldn't survive an apocalypse. Nope. I would not. I'm too soft. My lungs are broken. I can't run. So nope, I would be out. But I think she is the coolest character. And when I read this book, I just kept thinking, like, I want to be her friend. I really want to be her friend. I want to, like, know this person. And then I have to remind myself, she's not real, so you can't. Hot apple cider, which I don't think is a thing in the UK. We have cider, but it's alcoholic. And I think hot apple cider is maybe like sort of mulled apple juice, and I would like to try that, but I don't think that's a thing here, and I wish it was. This is for an underhyped book that I want to see become the next hottest thing, and for this I'm going with a series because the book I read that I feel should be getting all the hype is A Crown So Cursed by L.L. McKinney, which is part of the Nightmareverse series by L.L. McKinney. I had A Crown So Cursed was on my Kindle because it doesn't exist in UK paperback, and I really want to have the matching set, so I'm waiting. And if I have to, I will end up getting the hardback so that I can, in all of them, so that I can have a matching set, because this is my favourite series, and it's not, I don't see enough people talking about this series, and I feel like that is a crime. People are not talking about it, and they really should, because it's fantastic. It is about a young woman called Alice, and it's kind of an Alice in Wonderland meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer amazing story. The protagonist Alice fights these demons who have come from a dark realm known as Wonderland, and the book takes place partially in Atlanta in the US and partially in Wonderland. There's a whole gaggle of amazing characters. There is fantastic character growth. I feel like every single character, like every side character was just so well rounded. I grew to love like so many people. My heart was just filled reading with them. It is fun, it is funny, and it is emotional as well. I just thought it was a fantastic series, and I feel like more people need to read it. It's a like just exciting and explosive series, so fast-paced and just so magical and amazing, and I feel like more people need to read it because then we can talk about how fantastic it is. And I really want to reread the series all over again, even though I have only just finished book 3. I want to go back and read them again. Coats, scarves and mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover you own that you like to keep hidden in public? I don't own any physical books that I am embarrassed about the covers of. I cannot think of any, because I hide all my shame on my Kindle. All my shame. There are some awful, not awful, yes, awful. There are some choice covers of books that I have on my Kindle, but nobody sees them because they're hidden away. My secret shame. Nobody need ever know. It's a secret between me and my Kindle and all the people I share the cover with. Pumpkin spice. What is my favourite, or what are my favourite autumnal comfort foods? I am all about the mashed potato. We've actually started having weekly Sunday roasts in our house, which has never been a thing, but there's something about when the temperature drops, I'm just like, I would like roast dinner with mashed potatoes, roast potatoes, loads, all the gravy, delicious. And it's something that the kids enjoy just as much as us, so anything that means we don't have to cook multiple dinners is a winner in my house. I've also gotten really into making like spiced slow cooked apples. I literally just cut up apples into the slow cooker with a variety of spices, usually a little bit too heavy on the cinnamon, but I like cinnamon, and I just slow cook them for about 4 hours and then blitz them, and then this is me blitzing it with my hand blender, and then I put it on like porridge or put it in puff pastry. I've been making a lot of like apple filled pastries, and it just feels so autumnal and delicious. And I got a new tea, which I had up there while I was filming, from our local coffee shop, which is called Mittens. It's in town, and it's pumpkin spice tea. It is like a black tea, and I hate tea. I'm not a tea person, but this is flavored with spices and it is delicious and it smells so good. And I put it in my little my little tea strainer, which is a little squirrel. And finally, warm cozy bonfire, share the love. I am supposed to tag some pals to join in with this tag. I'm going to tag everybody who wants to do it, because I often see tags and sort of think, oh, well, I wasn't tagged in it, so maybe I can't join in. Well, you can. So just consider yourself, if you want to do this, consider yourself tagged and go forth and let me see what you come up with. I would love to know what your favourite things are about autumn. Let me know in the comments. If you don't have a favourite thing or aren't too sure, then leave me a little autumnal leaf emoji. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!